Recording is on.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a Cold Sunday podcast. It's going to be a short episode here today. It's just me and Tiz here today in the building. Obviously, we had OU going up against Alabama here tonight. OU started off the game up 17 nothing, blew the lead um, after being up in the second quarter 17 zip. Obviously, the tragedy going on there with the special teams and everything that took place. Tiz, I'm gonna just leave it here for you because I'm just here for moral support here today, brother. What were your
Yeah,
thoughts when you saw Alabama start coming back and the lead starting to dwindle away and the game get away from you guys?
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Obviously, bro. Look, I'm gonna be honest, bro. Like, you know how it is, bro. As a competitor, you always want to win every game you play, right? But
Mm-hmm.
I think, bro. I think as an Oklahoma fans in general, not just me, bro. I think you got to learn how to look at things and really put stuff in perspective, bro. Like, and this ain't me copping, please, bro. But I remember, I mean, you in the group chat, bro. I remember a year ago today, Corey was clowning on me because we lost to Navy in the Armed Forces Bowl. You feel what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
I think it's easy, you know what I'm saying? People angry. I think it's easy to overreact. But bro, going into the year, if you say we're gonna make the college football playoff and we're gonna be up 17 at one point in the game, you probably look at me like I'm stupid. You know what I'm saying? But I think, bro, like from just talking about this game though, bro, I think it just showed how important the special teams aspect of football is, bro. Like you went from
yeah,
that play where he dropped the touchdown, bro. That was
yeah.
if
No,
he
that was
catches that,
crazy.
you walking in the end zone, you up 24-7.
Yeah,
I know I can't really say that because we blew a 17-point lead and lost the game. But at that point, if that happens, you up 17, and they got to go score on you again. The difference between you getting that punt off and you fumbling that football, that really cost you 3 points, bro. You feel what I'm saying? So man, I
yeah,
think yeah, it hurt, bro. But looking at stuff in perspective, bro, you go into the year, bro, new OC, new quarterback, new defensive play caller, even though it's the head coach. But you look
mm-hmm.
at the schedule, you got Bama, LSU, Tennessee, uh, Mizzou, Ole Miss, Texas. You got all these teams in Michigan, bro. If you tell me we 10-2, I can't even complain, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So like, bro, and I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like back in the day, the Saints would lose in the playoffs, and I would be upset about it because you look at them and you say, man, this is a team that can go win a Super Bowl any year, bro. This Oklahoma team not being, I'm gonna be honest, bro. Like, Lou, they didn't make the parlay, Lou. They didn't make it, bro. Lou, last time they played Bama, I was like, yeah, they winning this game. I'm about to put 100 on it. This time I looked,
yeah,
I'm good, bro. You know what I mean? So like, it's not really as upsetting as it should be, bro. But it's like you do wonder, bro. Like, I looked at this team, and I don't mean to go on and on, bro. But I looked at this team, bro, and I say, not that they would beat anybody, but they can play with anybody. They got the defense to make anything interesting. Not that they gonna win,
yeah,
but you would have wanted to see them against Indiana, but I mean, is what it is. You got to be able to win games. You can't make mistakes like that in the playoffs. You can't make mistakes like that. Period. But
in general, but
yeah, bro.
definitely in big games like that. And that was kind of my takeaway is that, like, going into the game, I thought, I'll be honest with you, I thought Alabama was gonna win just because of how they got embarrassed by Georgia. I
Yeah,
thought that like there's no way Kalen was gonna let them go out there and just like lay a goose egg. And I agree with all the sentiments that you have about like going into the year and where you guys expected to go. I just think it's the fact that you guys were up 17 zip that
yeah,
really is the part that's going to sting there is the fact that you had the game in full control and it was just small like you said the special teams aspect of the game that really messed things up for you guys, the missed field goals, obviously the drop pass and then the muff punt. So
pick
when you
six.
make mistakes like that, yeah, the pick six. So when you make mistakes like that and you allow for that to happen, I mean, it's hard to win any football game, but especially against a team like Alabama, there's no way for you to really win that type of game.
Yeah, bro. That's my
You know,
whole. That's my whole sentiment, bro. Is like, and to me, I don't really know if this is the way to word it, bro. But I leave this game. To be honest with you, yeah, you lost, and I know this is gonna sound stupid and it's gonna sound like I'm coping, bro. But I kind of leave this game kind of like enthusiastic about the future, bro. Like if they would have lost this game and it's like, yo, they never had a chance in this game. Or you know how sometimes you go into a game and you like, bro, Alabama's just completely controlling this game. You know what I mean? If you can go, if that was
yeah,
the type of this game, I'd be like, yo, I really wonder if this team, even in the future. I wonder if they can compete in the college football playoff. Like you showed me today, you showed me like, yeah, we can. As long as we're not making mistakes and costing ourselves, we're good enough to play in the college football playoff. That's what I leave this game saying, bro. Like, yeah, you made mistakes, you turned the ball, and
Mhm.
you can't. I don't want to, make an excuse for him, but yeah, it's a young team, bro. And let's be
Mhm.
honest, the lights was a little bright for some people out there, bro. Like, you look at it, throwing, dropping punts, bro. You heard the broadcasters talking about he's one of the best punters in the country. Like, you just dropped the punt, like you didn't even get the punt off. You didn't even get
Just
it to
drop.
you. Your foot never touched the ball. You
Yeah.
dropping passes down the field by yourself, like you asked me to look like the lights was a little bright. And then I want to say this, bro, and I never thought I'd say this, Lou. We got to give credit
Mhm.
to Alabama, bro. We you have to give credit to Alabama for the way they played tonight, bro. Down 17 on the
So,
road.
so you think this is more so of a game that Alabama won than OU lost?
Nah, I think Oklahoma lost it, Lou. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
That's what I'm saying. So I would love to give the credit to Alabama, and I'll give them the credit for the fact that they've stayed in the game and like they fought, of course. But again, I feel like a lot of that was just mental errors that went on with OU. I
Yeah,
don't
that's
like
true.
more than it was Alabama playing dominant football in the second half.
But could you also say? I think you also got to say, like, I'm gonna be honest, Lou. I was looking at I was looking at the lines right mid game at halftime. I was looking at the game. I mean the odds. The game was 17-17 at half.
Mm-hmm.
Alabama was at plus odds. Like I know that's not important or anything, bro. But like once that game got tied and you gave Alabama life, that game was over. Like that game was over once they
Yeah.
tied the game back up. So I give them
Wait,
credit for
so I
playing
didn't
that
even
second
check the
half the
lines,
way
but
they did.
when it was tied,
Plus
Bama was
105.
still wow.
I'm looking at it and I'm like, yo. I'm looking at it. I'm like, man, are they
Yeah,
telling
no,
me
that's
Oklahoma's
crazy.
gonna win this game?
No team should ever come back from being down like unless it's like a real like the gap is real crazy. No team should come back being down 17. Oh, I feel like and be plus money. I feel
Yeah,
like that's free money at that point.
and that's what I'm
You're
saying,
giving
bro.
out free
Like,
money.
if you want to be completely honest, bro, like I'm looking at it. I'm saying in that second half, and I really don't like I really dislike Alabama, bro. I really do.
Yeah,
But it was 17-0. You get the ball back down 17-0, and you go down and score. They didn't. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like some fluke stuff happened. They went down and scored, kept themselves in the game. It's tied at half. You still have to go win this football game. You know what I mean? You still on the road at Oklahoma in a tie game. Eh, This next half wins the game, and I mean, I go back to that the when Jeremy Bernard caught that pass on top of the dude. I'm looking at that and I'm like, man, that's just winning the game. Like like you sometimes you got to go win the game. You can't just survive.
yeah.
You play. You got to have a playmaker make a play, and I feel like that was the difference in this game after you know what I'm saying after the plays that happened because it was a whole other game at half 0-0.
How do you feel about the play? I mean, we'll go both
Damn.
quarterbacks, but I just want to talk about the play from your quarterback first. How do you feel like Mateer played in the game?
Okay, Lou, I'm gonna do this right. I'm gonna do this, and I say all game. I'm gonna say all game, but also season's over, so I kind of want to give like a little recap of the season. Not recap, but like what's the word I'm looking for? Like I can't think of the word, but bro, like I think Mateer got a lot of slack this season, and they showed like the stats. I know Michigan wasn't all that this year, bro, but he played against an elite defense in Michigan, and he played early in the season before that Texas game. He was the Heisman favorite at one point, and then he hurt his thumb, had the thumb surgery. It was two different tales of a season, and I think tonight he showed like, yeah, I'm still the Heisman candidate quarterback that I was once looked at
Yeah,
as. You know what I mean? And I think people will look at the pick six, and you'll be like, man, the quarterback gets the blame on that. But for me, I don't know about you, but for me, when I see a quarterback throw a pick six, and it's not like oh it was just a bad throw or it was like if I see him throw a pick and it's like the receiver was nowhere near the football, I kind of give the quarterback a little slack because that looked like a miscommunication to me. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
that was too simple. That was too easy. He didn't just throw the ball to the DB for no reason. You know what I mean?
Mm,
And I think in this offense that you look at, they run a lot of routes that take anticipation. Like you'll see him throw a lot of picks that you'll be like, bro, what is he doing? But he throws the ball before anybody is, you know what I'm saying? Before the route develops. So it's like, yeah, it's gonna happen. Some you might end up doing that, and I think that hurt him a lot. So I can't act like it didn't happen. But outside of that, I think he played a really good game, and I
I was
think
about to say outside of for me, I feel like outside of that and maybe like two other throws, bro. I feel like he played a good game.
yeah, he did, bro, and it's been like that all season. Like you got some impressive wins this season. Tennessee, Bama, who else? LSU. All of these games that they've won, Michigan, like yeah, he might and I oh man, I hate to do this, bro, but it reminds me of Jalen Hurts a little bit, bro. Like sometimes, like Lou, you know how you'll look at him. Sometimes you'll be like, bro, what is he doing? And then it's like a play is made. Like you, when it's time for a big play, the big play comes. He's like that, bro. He did that every game this year, and it's like, what do you say? Like I don't care if you suck all game if you go win me the game. You know what I mean? And that's just
Yeah,
kind of the story of his season. I was kind of hoping it would come like that tonight, and honestly, we were down three in the fourth. I thought it was gonna happen, but you know, things happen, push come to shove. But bro, like I don't like all the blame he's getting. Like he was the main problem this year. You know what I mean? Like people are gonna say, oh, they need to go get a quarterback, but bro, like dude was good this year, bro. Like he legit won them games this year. I just hope we can get a fully healthy season next year.
yeah. And then, so how do you feel about to switch sides for a second? How do you feel about the play from Ty Simpson, especially coming down there in the second half?
Lou, man, when you look at college quarterbacks, and mind you, I don't like Bama. Like I don't like LSU, but I dislike Bama almost as much, right?
Uh huh. Uh huh. I'm with you.
Sometimes, and I said this about Mateer, and I say this about guys, bro. Sometimes, what dude in the group chat said? When shit hit the fan, is you still a fan? Like when it's time to be a dog, what kind of man are you gonna be? Lou, I saw a really good quarterback tonight, bro. Like I don't know about if he QB1 in this draft or anything like that, but Lou, like the touchdown to was that Brooks down the one of them long touchdowns he threw to Brooks. That pass he
Mm-hmm.
threw to Bernard when he was on his knees. Like Lou, I'm looking at the dude.
That
I'm
was
like,
cold.
man, this ain't no regular defense he's playing. Like Brent Venables, bro. And I'll give credit to Kalen DeBoer for this
Yeah,
too, bro. Like,
I think that's what makes him even more impressive is the fact of the defense that he was going
yeah,
against.
he made it look.
You
Can we
know,
be honest about the way it looked? They scored 34 points. I know they scored a pick six and whatnot, but
yeah. And even I feel like even the first game that he played against you guys, like he didn't play a bad game either. So I
yeah.
feel like, you know what I'm saying? The fact that he went out there and kind of, I don't want to say like repeat kind of performance, but the fact that he was able to go out there and put up two strong defenses against that Oklahoma defense, I think that has to at least say something.
And bro, like, and bro, I want to also give credit to Kalen DeBoer, bro. Like, Lou, I'm gonna be
Mm-hmm.
honest. Like, I don't mean to get too technical or too nerdy, bro, but you'll see these games when teams play Brent Venables, bro. Is like, and I know Lane Kiffin said something about this early in the year about stealing signs. It's not so much about stealing signs, but it's more like if I can see if he can see what you're in, or you know what I'm saying, what formation you're in, what personnel
Mm-hmm.
packages on the field, you got this many receivers, whatever. He gonna dial something up, and he gonna send. And you saw it in the first half a lot. Like they were able to affect Ty Simpson, like just Brent Venables was winning this team the game early in the game, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
later on in the game, you started to see them do more. You heard the announcer say it. They started to do more sugar huddle, like you know what I'm saying, like coming out the huddle. We going quick. As soon as we get out the huddle, we getting
Yeah.
down and we snapping it. We not letting the defense make no adjustments. I think Kalen DeBoer really did a good job of, I wouldn't say out coaching, but having a counter for what Brent Venables likes to do. And I think you're gonna start to see more teams do this against them. Don't even give them don't even give Oklahoma a chance to think. Make them just play straight up football. And they did that tonight. Like I'll give them credit where it's due. Now we're gonna go into the predictions later, but I don't know if that's gonna work
Yeah,
next round.
'cause obviously, like I understand the Alabama game and stuff like that. I actually did want to touch on that for just a second because even though we're going to give predictions, we're going to give more so predictions for like the other games that are part of this round. But I just wanted to ask you, how do you think Alabama would fare against Indiana?
Whew, I don't. I'm gonna be honest, Lou. I'm as much as I just gassed Alabama. I don't believe in them as far as I can see them. I still think a lot of the things that you saw tonight were they can't run the football. I still think that team is soft. I think
Uh,
Jeremy Bernard made some play. I think the receivers made some plays, but and I know they got some time to to rest and get healthy. But I think if you
But do
gonna
you
be
believe in
dependent,
Indiana enough? I think is the
I depend.
question.
That's what
Like,
I'm saying. I believe in Indiana way more. Like I believe in Mendoza a lot more. I think the defense is actually better. Like you know what I'm saying. Like I think it's actually good, not just like Alabama's. I don't think is actually. I don't think they have an elite defense. I think they have a good defense, and I think it's solid. But I don't think they have
yeah.
the defense that's like
I'll
I
say
want
this:
them to
they
pretend
can't.
about it.
I'll say this though: I don't think that they could go out and play the game that they did today and beat a team like Indiana.
Right?
And
Yeah.
that's no
Yeah. Yeah.
disrespect to OU.
No, you're
That's
right.
just
No, 100%.
you can't go up. You can't go down 17 zip on Mendoza and Indiana and that defense and expect to win a football game. So
Yeah. Right.
that's just the story there.
Yeah. I think.
Um,
I also I don't know, bro. Signetti might be the best coach in the sport to me, bro. That's impressive what he did with Indiana this year, bro.
yeah,
Like
with
that
Indiana,
is impressive. Like nigga,
yeah,
that's college football 26 dynasty mode shit, bro. Like
yeah.
Indiana, bro. Imagine saying this 2 years ago. Indiana gonna be in the number one team in the country in the playoff, bro. That's insane,
Mm-hmm.
bro. Like I don't know if they have in the Rose Bowl. Wow, that's gonna be a good game actually. Rose Bowl, damn. Yeah, nah, that's gonna be interesting. I like Indiana in that one though. Just being honest.
I think I like Indiana too,
Yeah.
but I think Alabama's gonna give them a good fight.
Yeah, I Alabama has a little bit more respect for me tonight, just to be completely honest. Like
Yeah.
that team, I know I said, I know what we said about Oklahoma was hard to kill. I've been saying that for the last 2 weeks, bro. But you say hard to kill, 17-0, and you still didn't kill them. 17-0 in the first quarter, or I want to say it might have been first quarter, but 17-0 early in the game, and then they didn't die. So man, I don't know, bro. I don't know, man. I don't want to give them too much credit. I don't fuck with them niggas, but
Yeah.
man.
As far as these other games that are going to go on tomorrow, what do you like? Your first game I want to start off is Oregon and James Madison. I don't even think I should really ask who we think is going to win that game. Because the real question should be, do we think Oregon is going to cover that 28.5 spread?
I think I'm gonna just be honest, bro. Like, I, I think you got to look at what happened last year, bro, in the Rose Bowl when they played Ohio State. Ohio State ran them off the field, bro. Like, I think Landon's gonna try to prove a point, and it is the G5 team, bro. Like, that shouldn't. I'm not gonna say too much about
Yeah.
that, bro. But like
I, I
that
would
might get ugly.
I would just not only just because of the fact that how they got embarrassed last year, but just also the fact that you guys put us against James Madison in round one, and you guys thought that this would be like as the committee. You know what I'm saying? I would be embarrassed. I would feel offended by that. Like you guys thought this would be a game. You know?
Yeah,
So
and I think can we
yeah,
be? I think they kind of getting disrespected in this whole thing. Like, people ain't talking about Oregon like they talking about Indiana. I think they kind of want to come out and prove a
they're
point too.
not. I do too. I do too. And if I had to make a predict, well, let me not even go too far into it, but I think Oregon's in the Final Four when we wrap this up.
I can see. Yeah, yeah, I do too. I
I
just
think
realized where they're
Oregon's in
gonna
the
play.
Final Four. I think they're in the Final Four, and I wouldn't be surprised if they get to that big game. But when the time comes and I see how they play over the next game or two,
Right.
I'll make that decision. But I think we could see them there. The next game is obviously we got Tulane against Ole Miss. Obviously, both teams that are losing their head coaches. John Summerall's obviously still there for the game against Tulane. Pete Golden takes over head coaching duties for Ole Miss. What do you like there? Because there's something I see there, but I want
I
to know
do
if you
too.
see it
I think
too.
I see it too. Like Luke. Okay, number one, like I want to think of how I say this. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I think Ole Miss wins the game, but if this is a close game, and I say that this shit might be a blowout, but I say this, bro. But like this ain't Lane Kiffin. Like we talk about Lane Kiffin being one of the best coaches in the sport and all of this. If he's not there, what is this team? Like
Yeah.
if he's
Yo, this
not
is low
there,
key a Lane Kiffin. This is low key a Lane Kiffin like legacy game in a certain sense.
yeah,
Because
bro.
if they go out there and like they completely like lay an egg, and I mean like if they win by anything less than 12, I feel like that just shows the importance of Lane Kiffin.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I
If
think
they
so,
win
bro.
by anything, if they win by anything less than 12, honestly like I kind of agree with the same sentiments of you that but I feel like there's got to be an upset this week.
You picking them to win?
And huh?
You saying they're gonna win? Tulane?
I'm not saying I'm throwing on my parlay for $100. What I'm saying is, if I got a parlay, I'm cooking up. I got $10. I might throw it there that way, bro.
I
That's
don't
all
hate
I'm
it.
saying.
I really don't hate it, Lou. Even though like we saw this game happen early in the year. I'm looking at the score. They lost 45-10. But that was Lane
It's a
Kiffin.
different game though.
And like I'm not gonna act like I'm a history major or anything, bro. But I remember a few years ago when Pete Golden was the coach at or the DC at Bama. That defense was awful. Like he got I don't know if he got fired, but we're not gonna sit up here and act like Pete Golden is some kind of mastermind. You know what I mean? And I think
Yeah.
it's been a lot of like turmoil and a lot of focus is elsewhere with Ole Miss, bro. Like I'm not saying Tulane is gonna win, but I'm not saying they're not gonna win. You know, you know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna come out and say that this game is over already. You know what I mean? Game ain't played on paper, bro. Game ain't played in hypotheticals and theoreticals. When you line it up, you gotta spot it and go. So it's played on the field. I'm lying, bro. They about to get the shit beat out of them. Bro, they about to beat the brakes off of them, bro. Who are we kidding, bro? Come on, bro.
No, listen. I hear what you're saying, but I think okay. I think what's the QB's name over there? Redslav.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can pronounce it, bro. I think he has a good game.
I think he got now. Reslov is he's a really good
I
player.
think and like, and I know it's a lot for me to say because like he played so poorly in that first game against them, but I do think he has a bounce back performance, bro.
Yeah, he's good, bro. I'm not gonna act like he's trash.
I don't want to throw a stat line out here or whatever, but I think he's gonna have a big game. And then it's gonna prove a lot for when that transfer portal comes on and Florida needs somebody.
Bro, yeah, come on.
It's gonna mean something.
Come on, man.
It's gonna mean something, bro. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, bro. We get both. Why not?
Okay, bro. We gonna talk about that after the predictions. What's the last game?
Last game is Miami versus Texas A&M. I hate to say what I want to say, bro. I really do. I hate to say what I'm gonna say.
You taking Carson Beck, ain't you?
I am, bro, and I hate to say that, bro. Ugh, oh my god, bro. I pray my uncle don't watch this shit.
I think I like A&M, bro. I think I like A&M. I think it's hard to go in College Station, bro. Like it's at A&M. Like if this game was at
it is. But I personally just feel like
yeah,
I feel like that shit is fake a little bit, bro. Not playing there. I'm just saying like,
I get
that
you.
shit A&M got. I feel like it's a little fake, bro. Like good team.
Are they? Like last time we saw them.
Yeah, and that's another thing. It's like the last time we saw these teams, right, is what I'm looking at, right? And last time we saw the U, they went up against a ranked team. I think they went up against Pitt.
Wasn't even close.
They fried them, bro. They fried Pitt.
I think you could say this too.
Last time we saw Texas A&M, bro, we saw what freaking the Longhorns did to them, bro.
And bro, not to be forgotten, I think the week or two before that, they played Arkansas and they were down. Was it Arkansas? And they were down like 28-0.5, bro. Like who we've seen recently is not a really good A&M. Like I don't know.
Nah. It wasn't Arkansas. It was South Carolina.
Yeah, South Carolina. Facts. Yeah.
It was South Carolina,
like,
bro.
Are we just gonna ignore that? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think that was at home too. Like at least the Longhorns game, that was on the road. You was down because remember that was the game that Nick Arbor and what happened?
30-3 at half. That's crazy. That is crazy.
Yeah. That is ridiculous. That's what I'm saying, bro. So yeah, nah. Do I feel comfortable about it? Not really, but bro, I'm taking Miami, and I hate to say that because you know how I feel about the U, but
I don't hate it.
I'm taking a Hurricane, bro.
I'm gonna go A&M slightly, but I don't know. Like you could sell me either way on this game, but while we at it, I know we're gonna go in the NFL a little bit, but I'm not the only person. Okay, I'm not the only person got some pain going on over the last few games, over the last few days. Not only do I want to talk about Peter Alonso and Edwin Diaz leaving, Brandon, was it Nemo left or was that McNeil? One of them. Not only do I want to talk about those three, but while we on the topic
Yeah.
of college football, DJ Lagway enters the transfer portal. Lou, how you feeling about that? How you feeling about this Summerall stuff, bro?
Bro, honestly, bro. So like when I first hear the news, bro, I'm not really a fan of it as far as like Lagway leaving or whatever. The summer hiring, like bro, like you know what I'm saying. Lane's off the market, right? Boom, boom, whatever. Summer, bro, is the next best option that as far as like head coaches that are available that you know what I'm saying that we could actually pull from. So I'll take that, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I get the whole G5 coach, you know what I'm saying, from in Louisiana. Like, I understand all of that, bro. Like, I get that. And does it worry me too? Yes, bro. But at the same time, like, I also don't think that, like, personality-wise and coaching style-wise, you could really compare Napier to Summerall. I don't really feel like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like they're two totally different coaches. And I feel like Summerall's a good coach. I mean, anybody that, bro, whether you want to say that they're deserving or not, they're here. They're in the college football playoffs. So he took Tulane to the college football playoffs,
Right.
you know? So I like who am I to really, question that or say whatever. So I'm gonna give him a chance. And as far as especially like how I've heard that they're breaking down the whole process of they want competitors, they want guys that have the ability to win to bring into the organization. I like that. As far as the Lagway thing goes, like I still think Lagway is a special talent. Like I'll never take that away from him. Like I think that wherever he goes, especially if he's in the right system with a good play caller and stuff like that, and good pieces around him, I think that he'll be able to have success. However, the fact that you're a 5-star and you don't want to compete, that kind of just rubs me a little bit the wrong way. Like bro, you're DJ fucking Lagway, my nigga. Like, why are you worried about you getting beat out for your job? You know what I'm saying?
Okay, can we say this though? At the end of the day, was Lagway the number one quarterback in the country when he came up?
Yes.
So at the end of the day, though, Lou, can we not say let's take a step back from things, right? Like, don't look at this from a Florida fan. Look at this from a perspective of like, this is a kid. You
We're
know
gonna
what I
say
mean?
Florida fucked him up. Florida
Not,
fucked it up.
I mean, not even that, bro. But like, if you're at the point, I'm the number one quarterback in the country. I go to Florida. Let's just be honest. I didn't have to go to Florida. I probably shouldn't have gone to Florida. I could have went to
Yeah,
any other school in the country, but I chose Florida.
of course.
I go to Florida. Billy Napier is calling the plays. Not only is he the head coach, but he's calling the plays. It's obviously not working. Like not only was it not working, but it was so obvious that Billy Napier was getting fired sometime soon. Kind of like Norvell is at Florida State. Like he's getting fired. You just don't know when, right? And all of this happens. The coach leaves, and I remember him saying like, I'm a Gator." You know what I'm saying? He said this, and then mind you, he's the number one quarterback in the country. Already lost his confidence. Did he get benched? I want to say he got benched before, but I don't know. But messing with his confidence, and then a new coach comes in and he's like, "Yeah, I want you to compete for this spot." Yeah, I get what you're saying, but at the same time, Luke, could you not look at it and say, "Fuck you"? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know who I am. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I know he hasn't shown it really,
No,
but
hey, let me say something to you, right? I agree with everything you're saying, but it all depends on like how you take something, right?
right.
So I feel like if you take something from the aspect of like it being personal,
Hmm.
then that's fine. But you also got to look at it as like, bro, these coaches do not know me. They don't know who the fuck I am. Whatever. Was I the number one quarterback in the nation? Was I this? Yes. But at the same time, it's these coaches do not know me. Okay. As far as like resume wise or whatever, as far as in college football, like yeah, did he go 6-1 in his first 7 starts? Yes. But we got to talk about what transpired this whole season. We have to talk about you throwing 5 picks against LSU. Like all of that stuff has to factor in
Yeah,
to when we have these conversations. So when you look at that and you look at, what I'm saying, all of that and the fact that again this coaching staff does not know you. So if you're gonna have to prove yourself to people that don't know you, yeah, that's the case. If you want to take it personal, fine. I understand exactly what you're saying, Tiz. But if you're a true competitor and You know what I'm saying? You're looking at it as the outlook of, hey, these people don't know me. They just want to get a chance to know me and know that I'm fully bought in and that I'm invested. Then I'm going to sit there and compete. Clearly, he wasn't as far as Florida, and I'm not blaming. I'm not saying that he's wrong or he's a bitch or he's scared. Or I'm not saying none of that stuff,
Yeah,
bro.
no, I get you.
I'm just saying that, like, I understand where the coaching staff was coming from, because you're over here, you're trying to build a culture, you're trying to see whatever. You got to check everybody's room and the temperature. That's your job. Your job is to check everybody's room and the temperature. You can't just sit there and be like, "Oh, this guy was a fucking 5-star. Let me go suck his dick." No, it don't work like that. It don't work like that. I'm sorry. So I respect the fact that Summerall did what he did, and I respect the fact that Lagway is looking for better opportunity. You know what I'm saying? I'm still a fan of DJ Lagway. Like I'm still gonna root for him wherever he goes, as long as it's not LSU. You know what I'm saying? Or one of them, or one of them op schools, bro. I'm a root for bro.
Yeah,
But
I'm gonna be
as
honest
far
too.
as what we have going on here, we gotta do what we gotta do.
Yeah, and just I do agree with both. Like I said, I agree with both sides. But playing devil's advocate, and not even just about DJ Lagway, I think I think you get to a certain point where yeah, you can want to compete all you want, right? But we're at an age in college football where DJ Lagway is about to hit the portal, and I don't know where he going, regardless of what he did, he gonna get paid. So
I'm about to say
to
you better
me,
get that bag,
to me,
bro.
I think is mainly it could be looked at as risk avoidance. Like, okay, I can stay at Florida, stay where I've been, where things haven't worked, and I could just see things through. I can stay with this new staff, and if I struggle, which that's a confidence thing, but you ought to, you know what I'm saying? If I
Mm-hmm.
struggle, I'm gonna get benched. And as far as I'm concerned, you get benched in college, your QB1 in the draft and all of this high five ceiling stuff. That's not doing though, because you just got benched for some kid from Montana. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I can weigh my options and say I'm about to get benched and I'm gonna stay here. Like Nico, Nico, um, he transferred in the spring. Who is speaking on Nico anymore? You know what I mean? Who's even speaking on him in that light anymore because of the way things went with him? Like if he'd have hit the portal in December and been at UCLA, we would have been still talking about Nico as one of the better quarterbacks in the country. But the light changed on him, so now we're looking at him and saying, who is Nico supposed to be? You know what I mean?
yeah,
So man, I think you're gonna start seeing more things like that. Just completely avoid the opportunity of getting benched, which I don't blame him for. If you want to go to Louisville, you want to go to Baylor, you want to go to some offense with a quarterback coach or an offensive coordinator who Baylor was really good this year at scoring points. You saw what Sawyer Robertson did. You saw Louisville was was successful this season, even though they were with Miller Moss. Obviously, they didn't do anything serious, but you looked at Louisville. They beat Miami. They beat all of these teams. They were a really good team at one point in the season. But if I'm DJ Lagway, I'm looking at it and saying, I'd probably rather choose that option and just go put up numbers somewhere I know I can put up numbers and show what I am rather than this nigga don't nigga, you didn't recruit me. You don't even want me. You just came into this meeting and said you want to bring in somebody to compete with me. You like, you know what I mean? That's just the way I'm looking at
yeah,
it. So I definitely see what you're saying though. Like if I'm John Summerall, you ain't Jesus, nigga. You know what I mean? Like nigga, you who you supposed to be? You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I think it was a good split for both sides, to be honest with you.
Mm.
Both sides need a fresh start. I don't blame it.
No, yeah, I agree. I agree. All right, now as far as the NFL for this week, my brother. Um, let's get into it. Obviously, I want to recap the game that happened on Thursday yesterday. We saw the Rams go up against Seattle.
Whew.
Um, what a game that was. Lost me $200, but it is what it is. Rams had the lead. They were winning that game. I believe it was 30-14. Seattle came storming back and sent the game into overtime. Rams scored a touchdown. Seattle went down the field, scored a touchdown. Jackson Smith-Njigba decided to go for two and got the conversion. My question to you is that after this game is Seattle, you know what I'm saying, should they be the favorites to come out of the NFC? And forget the NFC, should they be the favorites to win this whole thing?
You know, Lou, I ooh, I don't know, bro. I don't know, and the reason I say I don't know is like I look at Seattle and I look at them kind of like how we saw Bama tonight, right? Like yeah, they won the game and it was impressive that they won the game, but it's still at some point you were down 30-14 in the fourth quarter. Like, and I know 30-14 is only two scores, but not only did you only have 14 points in the fourth quarter, but you gave up 30. Yeah, you won the game. I'm not even, yeah, they won the game, obviously. But to me, they kind of showed like, and to me, I'm gonna be honest, Lou. I'm not high on the Rams defense at all. Like I know Verse and the dudes up front is good, bro, but like they're not very like get in your face and beat you up type of defense. I like those kind of defenses, and to me, I don't. if they played the Lions, I'm picking the Lions in the playoffs. I'm picking the Lions, and to me, I don't think the Rams had the personnel to do what you need to do to beat Sam Darnold. And I know that's crazy to say because they just did it last year, but you
Mhm.
have to be able to put pressure on Sam Darnold and make him turn into a lemon. They didn't do that last night, and so I think if they play one of these teams who can, like the Lions or the Eagles, obviously is still a I know y'all. I know how Eagles fans are. Like y'all probably, well, y'all don't feel unconfident in any. What's the word? Inconfident, whatever the word is. Y'all are confident in any way against anybody, but I don't see the Seahawks like. I still want to see Sam Darnold take on a defense that can do it to him. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I think they're serious. I think they can play with anybody, but it depends. It depends. I'm not gonna say they can win it, but I do think they have a really good team, and I don't think they're an easy out for anybody.
yeah. I definitely don't think they're, and I don't think they're easy out for anybody. And also, like I get what you're saying about the sentiments. First of all, I think in a playoff game, I think they're fucking the lines up, bro. I really do.
I
I
don't disagree. I
I
just
think I think if the Rams, if they run it back with the Rams, I think I'm taking the Rams. Against us, that's a tough one because, bro, what Eagles team are you getting, bro?
yeah
If the Eagles could ride, and I know it was the Vegas that we just played the Raiders, but if we could ride that hot stretch or whatever, I don't think Seattle fucks with us. But if we get the Eagles from a couple of weeks ago, bro, I like Seattle too, and I think Seattle is also just a bad matchup for us too.
yeah no I don't
Overall, I think
I don't
Seattle's a
disagree.
bad matchup. I mean, a team that can they got, and I'm not a Kenneth Walker guy, but we saw last night what he was able to do. And so you got two running backs out of the backfield. You got the number one receiver this season in Jackson Smith and the Jigba. Sam Darnold, who can manage a game and do what he has to do, and then that defense, I mean, is they pounce on you, bro.
Yeah,
No Diddy, like they get on, they literally pounce on you. So um, that's a scary team and a scary sight. So I would say that as far as now, um, I'm still taking the Rams as far as like the favorites to come out of the NFC,
I am too.
but it's close. It's close. The only reason why I'm taking the Rams is, but you up 30-14 in that game. I think come postseason time, God forbid, if Sean McVay gets put in that situation again, I don't think he folds like that.
Yeah,
I don't think if you get put in that situation again, that it'll happen like that. But my other take is that I don't see McDonald getting put in that situation again to where he's down like that. You know,
yeah.
I think it would be a great game, another game if they have a rematch in an NFC Championship game or in the divisional round or whatever the case may be. Um, but I'll take the Rams. I will take the Rams.
I don't blame you. I don't
I would
blame
definitely take the Rams. Yeah.
you.
And so also on tomorrow, or I guess I should say today now, we got the Green Bay Packers facing off against the Bears. Obviously, we saw what Green Bay did in their first matchup, but obviously this time around they'll be without Michael Parsons. A battle again here for the NFC North to see who's going to win the division here. I believe that going into the game, the Bears are favorite -1.5. What do we like out of this? Do we think that the Bears are going to win with Micah being out, or do we think it's going to be kind of a repeat of last game?
You know what, Lou? Let's do this, right? Let's do this. Scratch all of this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck going through the predictions of every game. We at the point in the year where it's time to declare if teams are serious or not. So
Okay.
l- let's look at these two teams, right? Packers and Bears.
Okay.
Damn, Michael Parsons is out. Bro, is it just me? I think the Bears. I'm gonna make a crazy statement right now, Lou. I'm gonna make a crazy statement. I think the Bears are gonna make the NFC Championship, and I'm dead
Yeah,
serious.
you know what's so crazy? I forgot who I was telling this to. I said I had the same sentiments that I would not be surprised if they made it to the NFC Championship game. My whole thing is this, right? Because the Bears most likely will not be a 1 seed, right? It's possible like there's a pathway to it, but I think at this point Seattle will most likely be the 1 seed, right? Um, I just don't see them winning 3 playoff games against 3 top level opponents in the NFC, bro. I'll be honest with you. I
Is that
really
the
don't.
Packers?
What?
You said the Packers? You said that about?
No. Chicago. I can
Okay.
see them winning
Yeah.
two.
Yeah.
I can see them winning two. 3 games. You're telling me, let's say round one, they gotta go up against the 49ers. All right, cool. I can see them doing that, right? Then it's like the second one, they gotta go up against like the Eagles. All right, cool. Even though I don't know how it's going to be hard for you to beat the Eagles twice, especially if you got to go to the link.
Right.
Even if it's not Soldier
And,
Field,
and,
I still
and
like.
don't call it the link, bro. Don't call it that, bro. No, don't call it that.
That's what it's
No, we're
called.
not calling it that, bro. We're not calling it.
That's what
Lincoln
it's called,
Financial,
bro.
bro. Financial, bro. Call it that, bro.
Come on, bro. No,
But
it's called
nah,
the link, bro. It's
I don't.
named after OU legend Lincoln Riley, bro.
All right, bro. See, you took it too far, bro. You took it too far just
My
now.
bad, bro.
But
My
nah,
bad,
bro.
bro.
I'm gonna say this, bro. And I like the Bears. I really do. I don't know. I don't know what I predicted from them in the offseason, bro. But I think they kind of just showed niggas, bro. Like Ben Johnson came in, and yeah, he's a great play caller. And you look at him, you see Gibbs and St. Brown and all of these dudes. Lou, he came in. He got Joe Tooney. He got
Mhm.
I forget who else they got. They got I think Drew Dalman. They got
That O
somebody else
line
on
is
the O line,
ridiculous.
and they're straight up running the foot like they're just running the football on teams, bro, and they're really good at it. Like
Yeah,
that's why I say, bro, like
and Caleb's a playmaker.
he can make plays, bro. Like I know
He
he
can
ain't
make
having the
plays.
greatest season, and what I'm saying he's not an MVP by any means, bro. But play ain't dead with Caleb. In the Look, I don't know
Nah,
if
as
you
far as
remember.
talents, bro, we got like when we talk about we always say, oh, this guy's a talent. Caleb's a top 5 talent, bro.
So yeah,
So you got that back there at quarterback. I mean, you got, and I'm not the biggest fan of Rome, but you got a Dunze, you got Loveland, you got DJ Moore, you got Swift and Monangai coming out of the backfield. That offensive line is deadly. So as far as offense goes, you got a top offense there, and their defense. I mean, I know they don't have the biggest names as far as guys. I know they got Jalen Johnson back there, and they got some hitters, but Dennis Allen knows how to call a defense, bro. And I think you know that better than anybody,
motherfucker
bro.
call it defense, Lou. Motherfucker call it defense, bro. What I'm
I
saying,
think
bro.
I think you know that better than anybody, bro. That Dennis Allen knows how to call a defense, bro. So when you add all of that in, bro, like that's a scary team, like for anybody to have to go up against. Um, look, I don't really think at this point Detroit makes it to the playoffs, but I think they beat Detroit. I think they beat Green Bay. Okay, I think they beat Tampa, the Panthers. Who else is in that mix there? All right, those 4 teams for a fact, I know that they beat. It's the other 3 teams, right? The Eagles, the Rams, and Seattle, where I'm like, eh. But here's the thing, though, is that on any given Sunday, I could see it beating any one of those teams, and that's what makes it scary.
Exactly.
On
Like Lou,
any given Sunday,
I
I
can
see them
see
beating any one of those teams.
like you say who you say the Lions, who else the Eagles and
No,
who
I
else?
said no. Lions, I think they smoked the Lions. I
I mean not the
think
Lions, I'm gonna say the Seahawks, the
I,
Eagles, and
Seahawks, the Eagles, and the Rams.
like Lou, they beat the Eagles already. The
They did.
Seahawks, tell me you can't see Dennis Allen like and I know I see this a
Can
little. I watched them hold Brady to no points, Lou, on prime
I
time
can.
in Tampa.
No,
Like I can
listen,
see him killing
here's the
Sam
thing.
Darnold, bro.
Besides it being in Seattle would make it tricky for me because I have a feeling it would probably be in Seattle if push comes to shove. But I'm telling you right now, bro, if it got down to that point, NFC Championship game, and it was like, yo, Seattle versus the Bears, I might swing to the Bears, bro.
I
I
would.
just
I
might.
really would, bro. That's what.
I
Like, dude,
just might. Now
I pick them over
The Rams,
anybody.
I probably would go Rams.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
the
yeah. Fact,
Eagles,
fact.
I would probably only go Eagles for the simple fact that the Eagles lost to them.
Yeah, like they're not catching.
If they hadn't played a game against each other, it might be hard for me to make that decision.
Did Jalen Carter play when y'all played him?
No, I don't think he played.
They ran the piss out the football against y'all. Like,
They
and
did.
I
Yeah, I
know,
don't think he played.
and I know you saw, you noticed the same thing I noticed when I watched the Eagles. It's very annoying to play the Eagles because they just run it. It's 2nd and 4. It's 3rd and 2. Now it's a first down. You know what I mean? Like they play that
Mm-hmm.
brand, and I think it's. I don't know if it's the same game with Jalen Carter playing, but I think it'd be interesting to see. I think it would, and I wouldn't.
Oh no, I'm lying. He played that game.
Oh,
He
he
played.
did. Damn.
Yeah, he did play.
I don't know, Lou. They kind of.
It was
Watch
last
the
game that
young
he didn't
guy
play.
get off, bro. And then, what are you getting out of the Eagles on offense, man? Like I know they started to kind of turn it around, bro. But we'll see tomorrow. You know what I mean? But what are you getting out of them, bro? Like it's very aggravating to watch. And I know you know, just like I know.
Yeah, the problem is that we won't like even tomorrow. Like I don't think we fully will know. I don't think until we get to that Bills game, we'll really like fully know because I don't like no disrespect to Washington, but I don't think Washington and the Raiders are like good like litmus tests to
Yeah.
know like what the Eagles are going to be come playoff time. So I think that Bills game the week after
No,
is going to be
no, full disrespect to Washington because I remember how they was talking last year. No,
yeah
full
they what.
disrespect. I don't know.
Now you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. But yeah, no, I just so I don't really like not saying I'm not taking these games into account, but like my dad was sitting here trying to talk to me. Oh, we got a big game this week, but he says about every game. Like, play the fucking Raiders, man. What do you mean we got a big game this week, bro? I'm going to work. I'm not taking off for the Raiders and Eagles. Like
Yeah.
I'm not like you know what I'm saying. Like I check the score on my phone and shit like that. I'll watch the highlights and see what transpired and stuff like that. But bro, you know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah.
not sweating this.
Okay, but okay. I do want to take a victory lap before we get into the AFC. Um, I could have swore in the offseason I said, man, the Lions are losing Ragnow and they got to get a new play caller on offense and defense. And hmm,
I was with you.
yeah,
No, I was with you too. I was with you because I picked Green Bay to win the division.
and
I had the Lions. I had the Lions coming in third. The only thing is that I had Minnesota ahead of them. So it was I had Green Bay, Minnesota, and then the Lions.
I want to pose a question off of that though, and we can make this quick because I know we
So
said
I
this
was
would be
wrong
a
about
short
that.
pod. But my question is, how many years? Like this will be one if they don't make it this year. How many years can the Lions miss the playoffs before you fire Dan Campbell? And I'm not saying they should or shouldn't, but I was the advocate that we can't really say he was a really good head coach because he had two coordinators on both sides of the ball that were head coaches. So how many years? Like okay, they don't make. Let's say they don't make it next year, right? Is he on the hot seat?
Is
Or
what?
or are we the Lions and we should really just be grateful we got this much talent on our team in the first place? Just looking ahead. No, I'm just wondering.
Yeah.
It's hard, bro.
Nah. Like I just feel like again, like the fact that he turned the culture around and stuff like that. I feel like they gotta, you know what I'm saying? You gotta see, you're the Lions, like you said, bro. You're the Lions. So you're in a spot that you've never really been in all of our lives. You know, NFC Championship game is a divisional game. You know, stuff of that nature. Um, but yeah, I just think that you got to move forward with it. This season has obviously been depressing, but again, you lose both of your coordinators and stuff like that. You got to see it through. You know, I don't think he's on the hot seat going into next year.
No. I
I'll
mean
put it
going it like say they miss it next year, going into the year after that. Is he on the hot seat?
Oh, going after that, I still don't think so.
I don't. Okay, yeah.
I think, and this might sound crazy, but I think Goff goes on the hot seat before he does.
Who?
Goff.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't know, Lou. I don't know, bro.
I think the whole conversation. This is how you could save yourself, right? Boom, you could say, "Yo, the Rams had a really good team, bro." But with Goff, they just couldn't get past the big one. So it's easy to place Goff as a scapegoat, no matter what situation you're in.
True. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, that's
no
true.
matter what situation you're in, it's easy to place Goff as the scapegoat. So
Same with
you know,
Kyler, bro. Fuck.
yeah.
Nah, bro. But look, bro. Like just getting into make things quick again, bro. Like just getting into the AFC. You know who I think the AFC equivalent to the Bears is? I think you know. It's
My fault, sorry, bro. My fault, bro.
I wasn't even gonna say I was finna say the Jags, bro. But
Ooh,
I don't even want
okay.
to
Now
get
I
into
see that.
I
I
don't
see
even
the
want to get
vision.
into the Broncos talk, bro. I don't want to get into that kind of talk, bro. But I think the Jags, you could tell me they could beat anybody too, bro. Like Liam Cohen is a dog, bro. Like he's a really good coach. And nobody want to say it, but I'm looking at Trevor Lawrence the last few games. 6 touchdowns last week, Lou. I know it was the Jets, and I know, I would hope
It
so, you
was
know
the
what I
Jets.
mean?
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
But
I mean,
they beat the Colt. I know, obviously Daniel Jones
like you think come postseason time, right? Let's say they're the four, right? And I know this probably wouldn't be the situation, but like let's say they're the four, and let's say Houston's the five.
what a
They beat
game.
they beat Houston. They win that game.
I think Houston wins that game. And I don't that Houston is another team I can see going all the way, Luke. Like, and when I know I said Bears
Yeah.
NFC chair, I can see the Houston going the whole way. Like
Yeah.
Stroud is getting right at the right time. That defense is the best in
Yes.
football. And like you got everything you want over there. You got the elite receiver. You got you got the quarterback. You got a premier pass rusher on two sides of the football. You got Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter. You got Stingley in the back end, Petrie, Kamari Lassiter, Lou. That team is talented.
That
I
team
don't
is,
know.
yeah,
I don't know
especially
about the O line,
defensively.
but
I don't know about the O line. I'm not sure about that running game. That's what really holds me
yeah,
back with them.
yeah, you got to be able to run the ball in the playoffs. But everything
But
else you got,
you got a real good number one, and you got Stroud could do his thing. And I'm not the biggest CJ Stroud guy, but Stroud, he could do it for you. And especially with that defense, the problem is like I feel like when you have a defense like that, you want to pair it with a really good running game, and I feel like
yeah,
they really do like that.
I don't
I feel like
disagree.
they really do like that. It would be tricky for me, but I would take them against the Jags.
I would too. What you think the spread would be? Just going into the game, what you think that would be? Three? Is Houston by three?
Nah, I said whoever the four seed is, which let's say is Jacksonville because they got the head to head, I believe,
It would be at
and
home.
then Jags would be at home. I say Jags probably -1.5.
1.5. Okay, yeah, I'd be all over Houston in that scenario. I think that would be a good game. I like that would be. I think one of the better games.
What about Bills and Jags?
I don't. I trust the Bills more in the playoffs, and I know like I think that's important, bro. Like I think you
They
say
have been playing better football.
they like, and that defense is getting a little bit better too. Like that defense was terrible
Yeah,
early on. Like you could just hand the football off and go get 8 yards. Um, I'd go Bills. I think Bills heavily, and honestly the Bills are my pick out of the AFC to win to go to the Super Bowl. I think
yeah.
they win the AFC.
And listen, another thing I want to touch on really quick. I know it's an ugly conversation, but somebody's got to come out the North, bro. So who do you trust more right now coming down the stretch? The Steelers or the Ravens?
Lou, I trust the Steelers a little bit more, bro. I really do.
I agree. Well, only reason why I say the Steelers is just because, like, I think the Ravens are the better team, but I think schedule wise, like the Ravens got it bad, bro.
And I don't think the Ravens are. I'm not saying they're not as good because we know they're a good football team, but I don't think they're. I don't think this is the year for the Ravens, bro. Like you can tell, and nobody wants to say it because he's one of the best we've ever seen. Well, yeah, one of the best we've ever seen. Derrick Henry has lost a step. Seriously, like
Yeah, but okay, but the running game over the last couple weeks has been better.
it
It
has,
has been better.
it has. But when we're talking playoff, like, yeah, it was better, but is it good enough? You know what I mean? Like, is it good enough for you to be able to walk in Buffalo and win a football? Is it good enough for you to be able to
Yes,
walk in?
yes, yes.
I don't
Walk
know,
in
Lou.
Buffalo, bro. If they walk in Buffalo, bro, Derrick Henry's going for 130, bro.
Yeah, but
Remember I told you that.
130. But like, Lou, I'm watching them, and I know, you know what I'm saying, we talking about running games and stuff. Like, I'm watching them against the Steelers defense, which isn't that good. It's not. It,
It's
it,
not
it
good.
isn't that good, and he's having trouble because I think teams are starting to figure it out, which is easier said than done. Hit him before he gets to his gear. Hit him before he gets in gear. Like
Yeah,
before he gets 3 yards down the field, grab that motherfucker by his legs. Do not let him start pumping because it's over. You know what I mean? And I think they're having trouble, bro. Like, you look at the offensive line they got, and I know we saw the clip of Ocho Cinco and Shannon Sharp making fun of Falele or whatever his name is, the right guard, and they're like, he's the worst player. He should. It's that
both
bad,
the
bro.
guards.
You know what I mean?
They got to get credit of both the guards.
Yeah, bro. Exactly. And then,
Yeah.
can we be honest, Lou? Like, I'm not trying to turn this into a think piece or a whole conversation. Lamar hasn't been that good this year. Like, it's
No, he
almost
hasn't.
concerning. Like, it's like, yo,
Yeah,
and I think he's
but
just out of it, bro.
no. What if he does the opposite, bro? What if he does this bullshit in the regular season,
Yeah,
and we get to the
turns it on.
postseason and we see a god, bro? That's all we really need. If he does that, bro, we good. So it's harder to speak about players who we know for a fact don't have the capabilities. The thing is that we know Lamar has the capabilities. But if the team could keep playing and producing to how they're producing right now, if they could sneak into that playoff spot, bro, and just they're gonna get one home game, and then they're gonna have 2 games where again, is it impossible? Could you not see? And I know you will love this one, but is it impossible for you to see the Ravens round 2 going up against the Broncos
Beat the piss out of
and
the
pull up?
Broncos. Fuck the Broncos, nigga.
So what? Like, you know what I'm
Okay, I
saying,
do,
bro?
I do. Well, Lou, but also at the same time, could you not see that 6 seed? Could you not see, or would it be the 4 seed, 5 seed?
It would be the 5.
So,
It'll
Lou,
probably be the Bills.
or what if that 5 seed is the Texans? I'm taking it, man. We getting to a point where it's like it depends who that matchup is, but Ravens could be one and done. They could, and like, I know what we've seen from them over the course of their career. By the way, damn, we said short episode. we said, but I know what we said about them over the course. We've seen out of Lamar and Henry and these dudes out of the course of their career. They're good enough to go to. If they go to the Super Bowl any year, forget everything that's happened in the past. This would be the year. Mahomes is out. Burrow is. I don't know. Burrow ain't really, but your comp is Drake
Yeah.
May in the Broncos, which they play Drake this week, which is interesting. But damn, it's almost a playoff game this week, Lou. They gotta win this one.
Oh yeah, they have to. They have to.
I don't know, man. We'll see.
They got them, and I think what's name's got. I don't even know. The Steelers got the Lions.
Yeah, they lost. That's over. That's already over.
You think the Steelers lost that?
I think they gonna whatever. What's the spread? The spread ain't high enough.
I don't even know what the spread is for that one, but
You can't set a spread high
you
enough for me, bro.
you got 2 teams in must-win mode. 2 teams in must-win mode, and I think Baltimore and Baltimore and the Steelers, they gotta play each other again.
Oh, for real? Okay,
Yep.
that's interesting. I ain't gonna lie, that's interesting. I didn't know that. Huh? Yeah. I think yeah. I go Ravens. Or no, I go Steelers. I still go Steelers though. I mean, bro, like Aaron Rodgers and DK Metcalf. I
The thing is
trust
that the Ravens got New England, Green Bay, and then Pittsburgh to close out the season.
Green Bay, New England, Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that's some historical shit right there. And then the Steelers got the Lions, the Browns, and then the Ravens.
We'll see. We'll see. That's interesting. That's a playoff game week.
I don't know. I don't know how it happens if they split. Like, let's say they both go 1-1 before they see each other. I don't know if the Steelers, because I know the Steelers won the last game, so I don't know. They might clinch. It might be wraps by then. It might not matter.
How many? How many? What's the Steelers record?
8-6.
Oh, Tomlin getting him one more. Tomlin is getting him one more.
Oh, for
You
sure,
know
bro.
that.
Oh, bro, was it ever a doubt? Was it ever?
Hey, okay.
You could take that bet every year to the house, bro, and you winning it,
Let
bro.
me ask you a
You
question.
could take that bet and you could take a first round exit bet, bro, and then doing it every year.
Let me ask you this, Lou. Um, this is a conversation that I've been seeing on NFL Live and Sports Center and all that kind of stuff.
Uh,
They lose to the Lions. They lose to the Ravens. They miss the playoffs. Do you fire Mike Tomlin? How many times do you have to see this, bro? Like, eh, how many times do I have to see y'all do the same thing over and over again, bro? Like, how many
Here's the
times?
thing, bro. I don't know if Mike Tomlin's a nigga you just fire, bro.
You can't.
And I get it.
Might be a trade situation, but
Yeah, it might have to be like, bro, like y'all mutually part ways on some shit.
Lou, my thing is like,
It's like you gotta. It's like if you come to your girlfriend or whatever, right? But it's like this is like shorty that really like takes care of you. Like she funds your lifestyle, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? So like you can't just go to her and be like, yo, like I'm done with you. I'm breaking up with you, and I'm bringing on this new shorty, right? It's gotta be something you gotta lay down gently. Like I think that like we should just focus on ourselves right now. It's gotta be one of those.
yeah, and
Like we focusing on ourselves.
I'll say this, bro. Like, I don't know if this makes sense, but to me, Mike Tomlin is almost too good of a coach. Like, you're going 9-8 is the reason, and I've never been the type of dude. Like, you know this, bro. I've never been the kind of dude who says, "Oh, you need to lose and get your quarterback." But you keep doing this with Aaron Rodgers, Kenny Pickett, Mason Rudolph, all of these dudes, and it's like, bro, if you had a guy at quarterback, which is why I personally think Aaron Rodgers is gone. Kyler Murray is going to be a Pittsburgh or Tua, probably not Tua because it's going to be cold, but Kyler Murray is a
You
Pittsburgh
think
Steelers.
Javash got one more year left in the tank after this?
Nah, I think he said he was retiring after this year. I
I
might be
think he's
wrong.
got one more.
I
I,
think
I
if they
think he's
have some,
got
I
one
think
more
that if they
in
have a
his
good
contract.
stretch, he's going back.
Bro, he's good. He's good. He's good enough to still do it, bro.
Yeah, he is. I agree.
Like he made a throw last week, and I was like, "What the hell, bro? This thing's like 40 something, bro, making those type of throws."
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So I don't know, man.
We shall see. But all right, brother. That's it for
No,
tonight.
one more
Oh,
topic. One more topic.
but tell me, talk to me,
Pete
bro.
Alonso, Brandon
Ah,
Nemo,
shit.
or was it Nemo or McNeil? I don't remember which one was it.
It was Nemo. It was Nemo.
Nemo Alonso Diaz. Floor is yours. Floor is yours.
Yeah, so I tried to avoid it real quick. All right, bro, real quick. Um, First and foremost, bro, it's fuck David Stearns, bro. Like, honest to God, bro. Like, sorry, bro. Like, and we could cut that part off. I don't really give a fuck. But honestly, bro, what I've had to endure my whole life as a Mets fan, bro, and then to just be let down whenever we have like nice things and stuff like that. Like Pete Alonso, bro, the number 20 was supposed to go in the rafters, bro. Everybody that's a Met fan knows that, bro. Like that jersey was supposed to go in the rafters, bro. That shit was supposed to be hung up, bro. That shit was supposed to be next to fucking Daryl Strawberry, Keith Hernandez, all them niggas, bro. Like we know this, bro. And the Mets completely fumbled the bag there, bro. Because at the end of the day, you could just tell this even from last year's negotiations. They never fully like valued Pete Alonso. And what did Pete Alonso do? First stretch of the season, like he was in the MVP race. You know what I'm saying? Did he die down a little bit throughout the year? Yeah, but he's given us some of the biggest moments that we have as Mets fans. And I'll tell you right now, it's not a lot. You know what I'm saying? There's not that many of those. You know what I'm saying? But that home run against Milwaukee, being the home run king of the Mets organization, which I know is not the biggest thing in the world, but it's still something there. Is like I don't think that you just let that walk out of the building. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And I just want to know what the negotiations were, because I feel like even if it was close or something like that, I think Pete would have stuck with us. So I feel like it had to be all the way off the table for it to be that way.
I'll say this, bro.
Um,
I'll say this. I don't mean to cut you off, but maybe this is a discussion for another time. But when you're a team like the Mets, right, or a team like, I don't know, um, I don't want to get too deep into this, but like when you're a team that's not historically successful and you have a good run, shouldn't you be a little reluctant to just give up good players like you're not, you know what I mean? Like you're like I'm trying to think of what team I thought about this. Um somebody bro, somebody wasn't that good. A team that's not normally that good had a good season and then they started trading people and stuff like that.
Was it in baseball?
It might have been in basketball. I don't remember who I wish I damn. I can't think of who this was.
Fucking the Mavericks.
Nah, fuck. I'm trying to think of which team this was, bro. It was a team. I remember having this conversation. I said like, "Hold on, bro." I just had a brain fart, bro. Anyway, bro. Like to me, teams who are not that good don't have the luxury of trading away people or letting people go over a few $1 million, bro. You know what I mean? Like if you're not that good of an organization or you're not that successful, like the Dodgers, they could let somebody go. They could let Teoscar Hernandez go, and I'd be like, okay, cool.
Yeah,
But if you're the Guardians or you the Mets, you don't let Pete Alonso walk out of that door. What?
you
Since
don't.
when? You know what I mean?
You don't.
Oh,
Maybe
it
that's
was
who you
the
think it was. The
Seahawks.
Guardians.
Damn, it was the Seahawks.
It was the Seahawks.
Yeah, you remember they kept trading. They traded a bunch of people, DK Metcalf and all of these dudes, and I was like,
Yeah,
"Who are you? Who are you supposed to be?" You know what I mean? Like, is like your
yeah.
standard isn't met. I
I
don't know.
mean, but it works for him.
It worked. It did. It did work. So I'll give them that. I'll give them
It
that,
did
bro.
work, and part of me thinks that like it's like it could work for the Mets, but I think some Met fans like, and I mean, it's a stupid way to think. I personally, but some Met fans would rather lose with Pete than win without him in a certain sense. Like that's how I feel like important he was to Met fans in a certain fact. And I don't really share those same sentiments because I want to win ultimately, like or whatever. But like the enjoyment of winning is going to be a little bit different without Pete rather than if it was to be with him, because that's a homegrown talent. That was you know what I'm saying. I mean, I know we got Soto now, but that was our best player for a certain period of time. So for us to just like let him go, the Nimmo, I understand. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
Nimmo, as far as
No
like,
offense. Who's leave? Nobody's losing sleep over Brandon Nimmo. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry to say this. I am so sorry to
nah,
say
bro,
this.
here's the thing though. Like Nimmo was a captain for us. Like he was a leader for the
Yeah. Facts.
team,
Facts.
and had a decent bat. You know what I'm saying? But like as far as like a fielder, base runner, stuff of that nature, like anything outside of like being able to give you, you know what I'm saying, 25 to 30 home runs, you know what I'm saying, and be a leader in the locker room, like he really doesn't have the best arm, and stuff of that nature. So that I understand. So
Yeah.
like I get why we made the move for Simeon. I like bringing in Jorge Polanco. Um, the reliever moves, I like the move. Like I like some of the moves that we made, but again, I still don't feel like it makes up for losing Edwin Diaz and Pete Alonso.
Yeah.
So I think that's what Met fans' whole stride is at right now. Like, who else are we gonna get here? Is it gonna be Bellinger? Is it Bregman? Like, who else are we gonna add here? Because okay, you gave up what you gave up. It is what it is. We can't go back on that. But now it's like we have to make moves in order to really make us contenders. Because if you look at the roster right now, like to me, it's not a contending roster.
Luke, can
It's
I
not a
make that
team that
argument though? That is a little bit better. Like I do think y'all have a better lineup today. I know y'all lost Alonzo, but well, I don't know. Yeah, bro. Like I'm sorry. Like Polanco.
Polanco's that dude, but I will. But is he Pete Alonso?
No, no, no. But look, but I think a lot of y'all's problem was, at least for me, right? Like I would look at the Mets, and the Mets was a team I've been on a lot, and I would look at the Mets, and I would say, man, whenever you get away from that stretch of Lindor, Soto, and Alonzo, yeah, you might, but you might get a couple hits every now. But I don't really look at these dudes as game changers. You know what I mean? And I think when you look at it, when you get Polanco and you get I'm not gonna go in order. I don't know what the order will be, but Polanco, Simeon, Soto, Lindor. Can you get consistent play from Alvarez this year? Can you get a jump from Beatty or Mauricio? Can Vientos is Vientos still there?
Yeah.
Can you get good play from any of these guys? And then you still have McNeil. You still
The
have
thing is that now, bro, you got like 6, 7 infield. Like we need some outfielders. You know,
yeah,
that's really what it is. Like
yeah.
I needed to make a move for somebody in the outfield because that's the only place where I really feel like, all right, bro, okay, cool, you made these moves. If we get another outfielder
Then you
and
cooking.
then hopefully another starting pitcher, like I'll feel good.
I meant
It
to
don't
ask
even
you
got to be
about
a
that.
top level guy because I know a lot of Met fans they want like a full on ace, but I think Nolan McLean could really
Yeah, I was
grow
gonna
into
ask you
that.
that. Like, do you think he's ready to be an ace? What
I
about
think
Tone?
McLean is ready, bro.
You think Tone is
I
ready to
do.
step up?
I think those guys. I think those guys are right. Tong or Sproat, and you got McLean. If all three of them could take that jump to take that leap like we want them to, then hallelujah, bro. I'll take that, bro. But I just need 2 out of 3. Hopefully, we could go and get another guy out there, another starter. It don't even got to be an ace for me. It could be a 2 or 3 type of guy. If it's a good 2, 3 guy in a rotation, I'm fine with that. And then roll out there with that, bro. And get me somebody in left field or center field that could put bat to ball and is a decent fielder.
Right,
And I'm good. I'm happy. I'll be like, okay, you know what? I understand the offseason moves.
right.
And I'll respect it. But we haven't done that yet. So until we do that, as a Met fan, I am a little worried.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you.
But yeah. That's all I got here for today, brother. That's it. I think we both went on one on our rants.
Yeah, bro. And just to close us off, Lou.
Hey, bro. Hey, bro, I'm leaving, bro.
All right,
Hey, I'm out of here,
let me
bro.
let me end this, bro. Oh man.